We've all seen these horrific images of deportations. But it's not only in the United States that these inhumanities exist. Many countries have created deportation strategies that bring danger, despair, and death. Tragedies on an extremely large scale. And this is all happening at your doorstep. There is nothing normal about this. When in other times, migrants and refugees from Europe arrived in the millions at other parts of the world, they were received and allowed to settle down. Why do we tolerate this? The answer is fear. Ungrounded fear of foreigners, of economic consequences, and of crime. Many politicians raise our fears by painting irrational images and dehumanizing migrants and refugees, distorting our view on what is really going on. But at least the system works and prevents the things that we fear, right? Wrong. It is proven over and over that the system does not work. Walls, fences, and even the fear of deportation do not influence people's mobility. War and desperate economic circumstances do. Studies also show that very few people are actually deported. Therefore, it is surprising that states invest so much money and personnel in deportations. So why do we have huge deportation systems in the first place? For the reason many things exist: money and power. Our deportation systems are a billion-dollar industry. Look at the camps, the undocumented workers, the fence builders. Politicians around the world rise to power chosen by an electorate that fears migrants and refugees. When in power, they use that fear to consolidate their position, feed the fear industry, and hide their political failures. But what can we do? When a system doesn't work, question that system, and question the systemic inhumanities that happen on a very large scale. Think about how you would want to be treated if you were a desperate migrant or a refugee, because there are alternatives to the current system. Take Ecuador, for instance. In the past 2 decades, it welcomed a lot of refugees and immigrants, significantly more than any European state. The new Ecuadorian constitution states that no person is illegal, and the country recently shut down its single detention center. It's not that they don't have any problems, but nobody talks about a refugee crisis in Ecuador, and the country invests in the reception, legalization, and training of migrants and refugees. We need to have an honest public debate about deportation in Western liberal states, but from a very different starting point.